Hello, friends. Welcome back to Ruksanaa's audiobook library. Today, we go ahead with the fourth book of Magic TreeHouse, Part 2, written by Mary Pope Osborne. The book 4 is Pirates Past Noon, and we delve in the next chapter, Chapter 4, Wild Booty. Jack started to run across the hot sand. He ran as fast as he could, but the pirates ran faster. Before Jack knew it, the biggest pirates had grabbed him. Jack struggled, but the pirate had huge, strong arms. He held on to Jack and laughed a mean, ugly laugh. He had a shaggy black beard, a patch covered one eye. Jack heard Annie yelling. He saw her coming down the rope ladder. "Stay where you are!" Jack shouted. But Annie kept coming.
"Leave him alone, you bully!" she cried. The other two pirates laughed meanly. They were dirty and raggy. Annie changed up to the biggest pirate. "Let him go!" she said. She hit the pirate with her first fist and kicked him.
But the pirate just growled. Then he grabbed her too, and with his giant hands, he held Jack and Annie as if they were two kittens. "No one escapes, Captain Bones!" he roared. His breath was terrible.
"Let go!" Annie shouted into her face.
But Captain Bones just smiled. All his teeth were black. Annie fell silent. Captain Bones laughed loudly. Then he turned to the other two. "Find out what's in their house, you dogs!" he said. "Aye, aye, Captain," they answered, and they started up the ladder to the treehouse. "Why do you spy, Pinky?" shouted Captain Bones. "Books, Captain!" Pinky shouted down. "Ah, books!" growled Captain Bones. He spit on the sand. "I want gold, you dogs!"
"Dogs are nicer than you," said Annie.
"Shh!" said Jack. "What about you, Stinky?" Captain Bones roared.
"Just books, Captain," shouted Stinky.
"Ah, books!" said Captain Bones. He spit on the sand again. "I hate books. Keep looking, dogs. Find me something good." Captain Bones grabbed Jack's backpack. "What's in here?" he said. "Nothing." Jack quickly opened the bag. "Just paper, a pencil, a book." "Another book?" roared Captain Bones. "That's wild booty." A gleeful shriek pierced the air. Captain Bones froze. "What's that?" he shouted. "Look, Captain, look!" Pinky leaned out the treehouse window. He held the medallion. It glimmered in the sunlight. "Oh, brother," thought Jack. "Throw it down!" cried Captain Bones.
"It's not yours!" shouted Annie.
Captain Bones dropped Jack and Annie. He caught the medallion as it fell. "Gold! Gold! Gold!" he cried. Captain Bones threw back his head and laughed horribly. He grabbed two of his pistols. He shot them into the air. Pinky and Stinky howled like wolves. Chapter 5, The Kids' Treasure. Jack and Annie watched in horror. The gold-greedy pirates seemed to have lost their minds. Jack nudged Annie. Together they started to back slowly away from the pirates, toward the treehouse. "Halt!" Captain Bones shouted. He aimed his pistols at them. "Not another step, lubbers!" Jack and Annie froze. Captain Bones grinned his black-toothed grin. "Tell old Bones where the rest is," he growled, "or prepare to meet thy doom."
What rest?" said Annie.
"The rest of the treasure," roared Captain Bones. "I know it's on this island. I have a map." He reached into the belt pouch and pulled out a torn piece of paper. He waved it at Jack and Annie. Is that a treasure map? Asked Jack. Oi, it's the map telling about kids' treasure.
Which kid's treasure? Not us kids, said Annie. We don't know anything about a kid's treasure.
Why don't you read the map? Said Jack. You read it. Captain Bones shoved the map in Jack's face. Jack stared at the strange marks on the paper. What does that mean? Asked Jack. What does what mean? Asked Captain Bones. Those words! Jack pointed at the words at the bottom of the map. Well, it means... Captain Bones' good eyes squinted at the writing. He frowned. He coughed. He rubbed his nose. Oh, leave them. Leave him alone, Pinky growled at Jack. You know he can't read, said Stinky. Shut up, Captain Bones roared at his men.
Jack and I can read. Annie piped up. Annie piped up.
Shh, said Jack. Captain, make them read the map, said Stinky. Captain Bones gave Jack and Annie a dark look. Read it, he growled. Then will you let us go, said Jack. The pirate squinted his good eye. Aye, lubber, when the treasure's in my hands, I'll let you go. Okay, said Jack. I'll read it to you. He looked at the map. It says, the gold doth lie beneath the whale's eye. Huh? Captain Bones growled. What's that supposed to mean, lubber? Jack shrugged. Hang it! Take them back to the ship, shouted Captain Bones. They can rot there till they are ready to tell us how to find kids' treasure. Jack and Annie were tossed into the rowboat. Waves splashed the sides. The sky ahead was dark with thunderclouds. A strong wind had started to blow. Row, dogs, row, said Captain Bones. Pinky and Stinky began rowing toward the big ship.
Look, Annie said to Jack. She pointed to the shore.
Polly the parrot was flying over the sand.
She wants to help us, whispered Annie. Polly started to fly out over the waves, but the winds were too strong. She turned around and flew back to the island.
Chapter 6 The Whale's Eye. The rowboat tossed from side to side. The waves were huge. Salty spray stung Jack's eyes. He felt seasick. Hold there, steady, shouted Captain Bones. He pointed at the sea. Or we'll be meat for those evil brutes. Dark fins cut through the water. Sharks! One zoomed right by the boat. Jack could have reached out and touched it. He shuddered. Soon the rowboat pulled alongside the ship. The air was filled with wild fiddle music and bagpipes playing, and Jack heard jeers, shouts, and ugly laughter. Hoist them aboard! Captain Bones shouted to his men. Annie and Jack were hauled onto the deck. The ship creaked and moaned. It rolled from side to side. Ropes flapped and snapped in the wild wind. Everywhere they looked, Jack and Annie saw pirates. Some were dancing, some were drinking, many were fighting with swords or with their fists. Lock them in my cabin, Captain Bones ordered. A couple of pirates grabbed Jack and Annie and threw them in the ship's cabin, then locked the door. The air inside the cabin was damp and sour-smelling. A shaft of grey light came through a small round window. Oh man, said Jack, we've got to figure out how to get back to the island.
So we can get into the treehouse and go home, said Annie.
Right. Jack suddenly felt tired. How would they ever get out of this mess? We better examine the book, he said. He reached into his pack and pulled out the pirate book. He flipped through the pages. He looked for information to help them. Look, he said. he found a picture of pirates burying a treasure chest. This might help. Together they read the words under the picture. Captain Kidd was a famous pirate. It is said that he buried a treasure chest on a deserted island. The chest was filled with gold and jewels. Captain Kidd, said Jack.
So that's the kid that Bones keeps talking about, said Annie.
Right, said Jack. And he looked out the round window. And Captain Kidd's treasure is buried somewhere on the island, she said. Right, said Jack. And he looked out the round window.
And Captain Kidd's treasure is buried somewhere on the island, she said.
Jack took out his notebook and pencil. He wrote, Captain Kidd's treasure on island.
Jack, Annie said.
Shh, wait a minute, he said. I am thinking. Shh, wait a minute, he said. I am thinking.
Guess what I see, said Annie.
What? Jack asked. He looked back at the book.
A whale! Neat, he said.
Then he looked up. A whale? Did you say a whale?
A whale! A huge whale as big as a football field.
Jack jumped up and looked out the window with her. Where? Jack asked. All he could see was the island and stormy waves and shark fins.
There, said Annie.
Where? Where?
There, the island is shaped like a giant whale.
Oh man, whispered Jack. Now he could see it.
See the whale's back? Said Annie.
Yep, the slope of the island looked like the back of a whale.
See his spout, said Annie.
Yep, the palm tree that held the tree house looked like the spout of the whale.
See his eye, said Annie.
Yep, a big black rock looked like the eye of the whale. The gold dot lie beneath the whale's eye, whispered Jack. Wow!